we were taking, my caseload was 120 minimum a month, accounted for in 15-minute increments, spread out over 120 clients over a 30-day period, minimum. So I do the intake, and suddenly the hardest moments of my social work career were realized. I had to reckon with the fact that I was a human being and not, before I was a professional. And, I had to, at that moment, I had to choose integrity. Desire does not equal unethical behavior or unethical thinking. But there was this power dynamic going on, and I don't mean like, hierarchical, but I'm the one with the cards and he's the one who needs them, right? And these are not abstract concepts, this power play, this kind of dynamic. It happens in quiet rooms behind closed doors and minutia like this. So I had to decide attraction. I had to decide boundaries over attraction, and it was not with him, and it was not the easiest thing. And look at me fiddling with my wedding ring, because I was married at this time. Again, jumping forward through social work, my husband's been with, the day he met me, I was virtually starting as a okay guys, not a research analyst, but community analyst level 2, whatever. That's so county. It is so county, you guys. So then this is like, becomes the bravest thing that I have. One of the bravest things I have to do is this. All that I've seen and done, all of everything at this point with the partners and the death, and this is going back into the 80s, and then, telling 15-year-olds that they're HIV positive, and one of the bravest things I have to do is step away from a scenario like this so that no one gets hurt. So I go back to my boss, who's a master's, not licensed, and Gina was her name. I said, Gina, I have to be honest with you. I closed the door and I said, the client that I just did an intake on, I had a fling of sorts with. She knew what I meant. And and not that we went to lunch over it. And immediately I said, please reassign it to Lorena. Lorena is another social worker I brought into this AIDS project from another place, another clinic that I worked at, where she was an MA or I don't know what. And immediately Gina reassigned this gentleman to Lorena, and I was off the hook. And that was it. Literally, the minute I closed the door to Gina's office, that was it. The whole thing was just something to think about. So there's the recap. There's the, telling you about how these decisions had to be made in an instant. Not that it was like pounce or don't pounce, but it was like the lusty kind of thickness that was going on there on his end of it. Like microwaving to me, it was just, like I said, it was, I don't want to say brave, maybe it wasn't brave, it was hard. Or not even hard, it was confusing, all that stuff. Anyway, so I'm over it, you guys. I'm just going to leave you with that for what it's worth. And I hope I was true to form to that kind of vague, clickbaity subject, title, whatever you call it. So anyway, see you tomorrow with teasers, clips, previews, and shows. Hope you're doing well. Be good to yourself and be good to those that you care about. Okay. See you soon enough, and much love. Bye.